guys, be sure to subscribe and set your notification because I don't want you to miss any upload that I post. And give this video a blue thumbs up. Thank you. Hey guys, it's your boy Lil Rock, and we're back with another video. But today's video, we're gonna do something different. I never do politics or anything like that on my channel because that's not something I want to do. People got their inputs on politics and stuff like that, and it gets too crazy and hectic. So this is gonna be my first time talking about this because this is a big topic that everybody's talking about right now. You know that our president before Trump, so we had the stimulus check before, and that was the second stimulus check, and we had about $600. So that took the longest time. So now right now we're going to talk about the third stimulus check. So I hope you guys go ahead. Hey guys, be sure to subscribe and set your notification because I don't want you to miss any upload that I post. And give this video a blue thumbs up. Thank you, and let's get on to the video. It's the third stimulus check update because everybody was talking about this, and you know this is the biggest deal. We want to know how much are we getting, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why, because most people were thinking that we were getting $1,400. Some people think we were getting $2,000. You know, because last time Trump was trying to get us $2,000, it didn't go through. So now they see a result that $1,400 is a good thing, that we could actually go ahead and get it. So now Biden is doing all this stuff for us, and that's kind of quick and fast that he did that. So right now we're going to get into it, and we're going to check, because once Trump did that with the 600, it took like 9 months to get it. But Biden is trying to get all this done by February 1st, and that's like a couple more days after my birthday. So that would be good to have the $1,400 so people could actually pay their bills or do everything else they need, you know what I'm saying, for that money. And that's a lot of Trump money, you know what I'm saying, that's good. And what Biden's doing right now is kind of good, and I like it. But enough of me talking, let's get to the video and see what this is about. So we're going to get down and deep to the third stimulus check that we're going to talk about. Let's go.
Talking about the third stimulus check. When can you get your $1,400? Also, I will be answering some questions that I've gotten about Social Security and the additional $200 that was proposed by the Biden-Harris administration and also Senator Warren from Massachusetts. So I wanted to answer that question for you guys because I got a lot of people who chat about it who feel some kind of way. I just wanted to bring that up to you guys and show you right there. Where did I get my sources from? And yeah, so you can go look it up yourself. All right, so let's get started.
All right, let's get to it.
Before we do, of course, we have some housekeeping rules. You guys should know this by now. Be sure to like this video immediately for me, guys. And subscribe to the channel and turn on your post notification if you haven't already. So let's get started.
That, guys.
President Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief plan proposed a third round of stimulus checks of $1,400 for most Americans. Yet, while that could extend a helping hand to millions of households still suffering from the pandemic economic fallout, it could be months until the payments arrive, analysts said. The price tag for the relief, called the American Rescue Plan, is likely to face some pushback from the Republican lawmakers who last year resisted Democratic efforts to pass a $2 trillion bill. We knew this was coming, so everyone wants to know when. And to answer the question, we're going to have to see what comes out of this in the next few weeks. So hopefully, I've seen some things where Nancy Pelosi have stated that that she wants this to be done for February 1st of 2021. I've also seen something that where President Joe Biden have stated that before March of 2021.
That's
So
even good.
that's pretty quick in comparison to the 9 months that we waited for the second stimulus check. So let's hope that can definitely take place that way. But we're going to have to see because the price tag for the relief plan is very high. So because of that, there's going to be some pushback with the Republican Party because, they're not trying to spend like that. But most analysts think lawmakers on both sides will back the $1,400 direct payment.
That's good.
Which economists view as a lifeline for many cash-strapped workers who lost their jobs or have
and I hope they continue doing that.
During
you know what I'm saying? A couple
pandemic.
months and just keep giving the 1,400. That would be a big help for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
The $1,400 and the $2,000 stimulus check direct payments to the American people. So that's good that there's support on both sides and they want money for the American people. Now is trimming down the bill and seeing where they can compromise on the $1.9 trillion bill. Support for another stimulus package may gain steam given several developments that point to widening economic distress as the pandemic worsens. A weaker outlook for the labor market with a bigger than expected 1 million jobless claims during the first week of January, as well as record number of COVID-19 infections and deaths, can push lawmakers to support President Biden's plan for additional stimulus. The market is back to an exception that more fiscal stimulus is all about inevitable in the early days of the Biden administration. With the release of the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan, while we anticipate that additional fiscal support remains likely, the timing and scope are very much in flux. Are the $1,400 checks a done deal? Very likely. According to Wall Street and political analysts, there is a growing support among Republican lawmakers for additional stimulus directed towards low and middle income households. With the latest effort to pass the 2,000 stimulus check winning a lot of bipartisan support, there's an 85% chance of a scaled down package will be passed in the first 3 months of 2021. Because of the ongoing support for additional direct aid to household, checks are likely to be included in the smaller package. We believe there's a support for a smaller package that includes the $1,400 check, more health care funding, support for small businesses, and some state and local aid. When would I get a $1,400
Everybody want to know
check?
when.
I think the package could be passed in mid-February to mid-March after the relief bill passes Congress. It must be signed by President Joe Biden. After
and they
that,
already
the
doing
IRS
that, so we just gotta wait.
Direct deposit, mail checks, and prepaid cards. It is likely that the House will vote on Mr. Biden's American Rescue Plan in the first week of February, and the first stimulus payment in April 2020, which directed $1,200 to eligible adults, as well as $500 per child. It typically took 2 weeks to several months for payments to reach people. The second round of checks, which sent out $600 to eligible adult and child, required about a week for the funds to arrive via direct deposit. But in some cases, people experience delays in receiving the money due to the problem with their account information. President Biden signed an order yesterday, January 22nd, that has directed the Treasury to streamline the delivery of stimulus checks for those who have not yet received their direct payment. Based on previous
people having problems getting it.
Assuming Congress passed a new relief bill by mid-February, the checks could arrive in bank accounts by late February. Although that would likely be the best case scenario, if a package is passed by the end of March, people might get their checks by early April. The caveat is these timeframes assume that at least 10 Republican senators support the package, allowing for 60 votes in the Senate to overcome a possible filibuster and pass the bill. If the Biden administration cannot muster enough GOP support, stimulus backers could move to pass it under the process known as budget reconciliation. That is a maneuver only requires a majority vote for legislation to become law, though it can delay the path. Would more people qualify for a check? Millions more Americans can qualify for a check under Biden and Harris stimulus plan if passed as it envisioned. One of his goals is to expand the payments to adult dependents who were excluded for the first 2 rounds of check. That exclusion meant college students who are claimed as dependents on their parents' taxes, as well as disabled adults who claim as dependents didn't qualify for a check. Because the 2 previous relief checks define a child as someone who was younger than 17 years old, they excluded high school students who are 17 or 18. Mr. Biden's plan would also extend the payments to older teenagers. Do
That's
Americans
good.
really
Biden is
need
doing
the
real
money?
good,
Science
yo.
points to millions of
Everybody getting
households
it done.
facing
That's
rising
good.
financial hardship as the pandemic worsens, which is causing some business to lay off staff and cut back hours. In December, hiring around the U.S. fell for the first time in 7 months as the virus weighed especially hard on restaurants, bars, and other service-related businesses. The number of Americans applying for weekly jobless claim last week jumped to nearly 1 million people. Wow. I know that the $600 per person stimulus check probably didn't even last longer than a month.
Didn't.
Most said they would use the money to pay household bills and day-to-day essentials. So on to some of the questions that I get quite often in my comment section. It is about Social Security, the additional $200 proposal. Biden's platform calls for big changes to Social Security, and here's what's on the table for you. One of the things that I talked about recently in this video, if you see it right here, Biden's coronavirus stimulus plans calls for increasing Social Security checks by $200 per month during the pandemic, an idea that has also been supported by other politicians. The link is in the description box below for you to read it yourself, because a lot of people are just like, oh, where am I getting my information from? I'm getting it from here. The Biden Emergency Action Plan to Save the Economy. That out. It is a proposal by the Biden administration where he stated that because of this pandemic and how it's raging through communities of low income and folks who receive Social Security benefit, he proposes increasing Social Security checks by $200 per month during the pandemic. So everyone is like, where is this coming from? I got some people that said, oh, I've asked my caseworker at the SSI office, and they said they don't know anything about it. The link is in the description below. The Biden Emergency Action Plan to Save the Economy. I'm going to drop everything down below the comments, so y'all go ahead and look it up and check it out yourself, okay? And the proposals that are they're setting. This is not coming from my mouth. I did not make this up. Some folks are in my comments calling me a liar, saying I don't know what I'm talking about, but it is right here where Biden administration says increase monthly Social Security checks by $200 per month as proposed by Senator Wyndon and colleagues. Seniors and people with disabilities are uniquely at risk right now. So that's one of the things that the Biden administration is trying to do for seniors and those with disabilities, to increase their Social Security checks by an additional $200 per month. It is a proposal that hasn't been passed or signed on yet. I know a lot of folks are just like, where am I getting this information from? Well, this is where. So I've left the link in the description so you can go read it yourself. Definitely do your own due diligence, and please try not to come onto people's pages and call them liars because you haven't heard something or you don't understand. You know what I'm saying? It's nicer way to say it, you know? Okay, so that is all I have in this video today. Thank you so much for those who have tuned with me this long. I appreciate it. If you have any additional questions, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I definitely always go back and answer them. Definitely check out my recent video.
Alright guys, so there how you have it. So when we get in this stimulus check, the third one, we already talked about this. We already received in the video. That's when we're going to get it from. That's where she got a resource from and everything else. I'm going to drop that down in the comment and her channel. So you can go ahead and follow her. And if you want more information, you go ahead and do that. Alright. So her name is Bella. So check her out. I'm going to put her link on the description as well. And everything else, all the information. So I'm gonna drop that everything down there so you can go ahead and check in and find your resource about everything. Okay. This is kind of good thing that Biden is doing. He's helping people out. So we're gonna see what he's doing for us. So I ain't gonna say nothing yet, but we're just gonna wait and see. So I hope you guys go ahead, like the video, comment the video, and subscribe if y'all want to. Go ahead, and I'll catch you on another one. Peace.